We need our own Russian, Soviet McCarthyism. Recently, one of Russia's top publicists said in a meeting in Russian Senate State Duma. Then the group for the investigation of anti-Russian activities in the field of culture was born. It even resembles the name, the Commission for the Investigation of Anti-American Activities. So McCarthyism has been introduced to Russia. In Russia today, culture is a battleground. As in any battleground, military or police is needed. The group for investigation of anti-Russian activities in the field of culture was created, and that is sort of a police force in the battle for Russian culture. February 24th, 2022 came to most of us Russians as a shock. On the day one of Russia's special military operation against Ukraine, that is how it's called and allowed to be called here in Russia, many people stood up and vocally opposed it. Among those opposing were quite a few personalities in the field of culture. Theater directors, singers, painters, actors, etc. At first, this opposing the special military operation, forgive me for saying that, was going relatively unopposed from the Russian officials. In my opinion, that was because many Russian government officials were shocked themselves and they didn't know what to do or what to say. Vyacheslav Volodin, the Speaker of Russian State Duma, was the first to start shaming the shamers, so to speak. In late February, he addressed those who opposed the special military operation, saying if they were such men of principle, they had to give up their government-funded paying jobs, financial grants, aids, etc. According to Volodin, those who were opposing Russia's actions in Ukraine were betraying Russian people. Russian TV personalities Ivan Urgant and Maxim Galkin were among the first ones to stand up and speak out. Urgant was the host of Late Night Urgant, a copy of America's Tonight Show, and Galkin was one of Russia's top stand-up comedians. They openly opposed Russia's actions and left Russia the same day. Late Night Urgant was closed soon after, and Galkin hasn't dared to come back to Russia as of yet. They were two most loud voices, but not the only ones. A large group of people involved with the field of culture also stood up and spoke out. To name a few: Kirill Serebrennikov, Sergei Zhenovach, Igor Krymov, Alexander Molochnikov, Yuri Shevchuk, B2, and many others. All of them have been hit hard. The following 5 months were full of criticism of those who openly opposed Russia's special military operation in Ukraine. Criticism was strong but unorganized. In other words, critics were criticizing whoever and however they wanted. They were following their criticizing hearts and souls, so to speak. But there was no party line, no guidelines, no government body overseeing. Nothing like that. Everything changed on August 3rd, 2022, when Russia's State Duma, the Senate, hosted the first meeting of the Group of Investigation of Anti-Russian Activities in the Field of Culture. Abbreviation is GRAD. GRAD in Russian literally means hailstorm. So there's a parallel between this group's name and hailstorm to the ones who oppose that the group is going to cause. The participants of that meeting talked about how they were going to re-educate personalities of the field of Russian culture and TV, what special measures need to be taken towards those people, and what ideas have been learned from American fighters with communism in the past. Let's take a closer look into this GRAD group, its goals and activities. Who are all those people of GRAD? In general, big shots. Politicians, party leaders, writers, artists, painters. In other words, this group consists of the concerned citizens of the highest caliber. What are the goals of GRAD. I quote GRAD's website. First goal is to identify the main mechanisms for the implementation of foreign influence and anti-state activities in the field of culture, as well as measures to change the current situation, meaning the implementation of the cultural policy defined by Presidential Decree number 808 on the fundamentals of state cultural policy and the strategy of state cultural policy until 2030. Gosh, I didn't even know that the strategy of state cultural policy existed. Well, turns out it does. The second goal is to suppress anti-state activity in the field of culture. I also didn't think there were any anti-state activities in the field of culture. I also quote Mr. Kuznetsov, one of the organizers of GRAD. The goal is the abolishment of pro-Western censorship. We analyzed of how each of the experts of Russia's Cinema Foundation reacted to the start of the special military operation. No one supported the state and no one supported military special operation. The jury of Russia's largest literature prize was analyzed also. There, 2 out of 100 people. No one supported the special military operation. This is the evidence of the effectiveness of pro-Western propaganda, the professionalism of the fifth column. Under the fifth column, Mr. Kuznetsov must be thinking of those Russian individuals fell under control of the Western enemy states who are sponsored, funded to spread Western propaganda in Russia. When I read Mr. Kuznetsov, I found it pretty scary. I thought that having own opinion is a fundamental right of me as a citizen of Russian Federation. And one of the responsibilities of the state is to protect and cherish this right of the citizens to have own opinion and to protect their ability to speak freely of their opinions, no matter what they are. What I learned from Mr. Kuznetsov is quite the opposite. What is the method of GRAD? Identification of facts of support by government officials and businesses with state participation of cultural figures that depend and translate the position of hostile and unfriendly states in relation to their activities in Russia, making these facts public, attracting the attention of supervising authorities. I wonder who that would be. Old good KGB comes to mind. Creation of register of officials supporting agents of foreign influence who are recommended to change their public position or resign from the office. At the first meeting of GRAD, it was stated that one of the first initiatives of GRAD will be to appeal to management of Bolshoi Theater and Channel 1 with the requests to influence theater director Alexander Malochnikov, who obviously works at the Bolshoi Theater, and TV personality Ivan Urgant as of a part of Channel 1. The reason for such appeals is the positions that these personalities shared publicly on the conflict in Ukraine. The director will be offered to take a tour to Donbass, and the TV personality will be offered to support our guys. If such influence doesn't take any effect on given personalities, the politicians suggest that the theater and the TV channel authorities will reconsider the contracts with these personalities. In addition, the group intends to pay closer attention to a music band called B2 that a few months ago refused to play in a concert in the city of Omsk against a background with a banner saying supporting the president. According to the politicians, this topic of straightening out the culture people will be discussed with the higher authorities this coming fall. This is a part of Russia's State Duma, the Senate. What higher authorities do they have? I think there's only one higher authority, and you know who I mean. What is GRAD's humanism? I quote the website. The humanism of the project lies in the possibility of the defendants to get out of the register the lists of people who do not support. By actively supporting the civilian population and People's Militia of Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, as well as the armed forces of Russian Federation. Well, that is humanistic. No questions asked. Instead of gulag, just publicly reverse your opinion. Very humanitarian. GRAD created an internet resource called Cultural Frontier, with help of which it is possible to draw the attention of officials to the ones who are insufficiently patriotic. I wonder who decides if a person is insufficiently patriotic. How people of the field of culture will be forced to love Russia. I quote one of GRAD's members. GRAD is going to fight against many over the last decades. A full-fledged multi-level system has been created from Kaliningrad to Vladivostok, with hundreds of thousands of people involved, and they are interested in preserving this system. They had the golden age. They wiped their feet on Russia and applauded them. They will mimic and destroy the country further. We need to create smersh and uproot this stuff by the root. They are scared now. They are in a weak position. That is one of Russia's top officials speaking, by the way. Smersh, to uproot the stuff by its roots. Scary. I mean, that is scary stuff. GRAD also seeks to replace foreign values with the domestic ones. I quote another GRAD's member. It is necessary to clean not only Moscow, but also the regional creative elite. They want to stage performances based only on foreign works, such as Alice in Wonderland or Harry Potter. But the production of Sadko, which is Russian epic fable, is really difficult to get through. That's one of the theater employees talking. It gets even better. Another member of GRAD proposed to create a catalog of domestic artists in order to create an image of Russian art. The reason for this, according to this person, is a cultural occupation throughout the world, expressed in the Anglo-Saxon influence in the arts and cultures of other countries. That has led to depressing consequences. Many artists don't have representation in Russia. They live and create abroad and speak negatively about Russia. Russian special services, I think it's KGB, were proposed to organize and catalog such domestic artists. That is also scary. The name GRAD, the Group for Investigation of Anti-Russian Activities in the Field of Culture, is kind of similar to America's the Committee for Investigation of Anti-American Activities, and that was not left without being mentioned. Turns out that was not a coincidence. We need our own Russian Soviet McCarthyism, said Alexei Volinets, a Russian publicist. We have to learn from the opponents, he said. We can hold a meeting in the Duma, and when people start shouting that we're destroying the democracy, we will answer them that we have just learned by the example of world's first democracy. And I think he means the United States and the McCarty Commission. It is a general widespread opinion that McCarthyism is the practice of making false and unfounded accusations of subversion and treason when done in public with attention-grabbing manner. McCarthyism is a dark page in America's history. Many Americans are not only not proud of that, but very ashamed of that. Why is my country proud to create our own Russian Soviet McCarthyism? And why Soviet? I thought Soviet Union was dead for a long time. What the hell is going on here? So there we have it. McCarthyism is officially born. Not only it's introduced to Russia, it's actually born because the group GRAD has been created already It has plans, it's already conducted meetings, it involves very high-profile people, public people. I don't understand one thing though. If they want to calm Russian culture of personalities who they don't like, with the opinions who go against their opinions, I can understand that. But why are they proud of that? Why are they making public and bragging about that? That, my friends, that I totally don't understand. The old Russia that I knew and I loved, the old Russia that was born in 1991, died. It ended on 24th of February of 2022. This new country has been evolving right in front of us, and it's evolving real fast. It has new rules, new morals, new ethics, and new values. One of the things that's a showcase of this new country is to be proud to create, introduce, and establish McCartyism in this country. I don't even have any comments. I don't know what to say. I want you to do two things for me. First, please comment and let me know what you think. It's really important. I would love to hear your opinion on the matter. And the second, I created a video where I explained the brief history of the country that I loved, Russia, from year 1991 to 2022. I want you to go and watch the video. The link is right here.